Hi, welcome to donallphin.com and Don Allphin on Fishing. Today we're going to be fishing glide baits for lake trout. It's going to be a great time. I'm just self-isolating here with my wife from the COVID-19 scare and pandemic, and we are just by ourselves and live about 8 miles from Flaming Gorge, so this is how I spend my time and do a little fishing. So just enjoy today's show. We're going to be fishing an 8-inch glide bait and other things for lake trout, and hopefully catch an early spring lake trout or two with on a glide bait in less than 10 feet of water. So please enjoy today's episode, and we'll get started. I'm fishing about an 8-inch glide bait. To be perfectly frank with you, I have no idea who makes this lure. All I know is I paid $80 for it. It happened to be a lure that I was able to catch a 7.3 pound spotted bass on Shasta Lake a few years ago, that when I caught the fish, it moved me from 64th in the standing to 4th place overall, because that's a huge spotted bass. And I owe a debt of gratitude to a friend of mine, Tate Brown, who introduced me to glide baits that very trip to Lake Shasta with our state team. And I kept noticing I was throwing a spinnerbait and he was throwing a glide bait, and he was catching 1/2 to 3/4 pound larger spotted bass than I was with my spinnerbait. And I felt like in order to be competitive in the tournament, I needed to learn a little bit. So he was kind enough to teach me a little bit about how to use a glide bait, and I went ahead and bought one, but I didn't have a clue what I was buying and couldn't really find them in local tackle stores, but did find at Sportsman's Warehouse there in Redding. I found they had a locked box in the back of their warehouse that had these glide baits and swim baits in them, and I didn't even look at the price. I just picked it up and went to the cashier, and my wife and I were standing at the cashier's station, and when they said $80, I looked to her and she looked at me and says, "Honey, you got $75,000 worth of tackle in our garage. I don't think another $80 is going to kill us." So I bought the glide bait. But that's what I'm using right now. It's a great bait. Probably can't see it too well coming back into the water, although the water is perfectly clear. It's just a little bit early today. But it's jointed, and that's what it looks like. And the glide bait slowly sinks, just very, very slowly sinks. So there are multiple ways you can retrieve the bait. What I'm doing right now is I'm twitching my rod every little tiny bit, but just a small twitch, and then I'm just reeling extremely slowly. And what happens is that glide bait does exactly what we said. When you make your little flick with your rod tip, the bait glides one direction, and then when you start to reel and you jerk again, it'll go another direction and glide. And the glide is about 3 feet long. And like I said, there are many, many, many ways to... There we go. Oh my gosh, I've got a fish. That is fantastic. Now, it's not a big one, it's not a huge one. It's probably maybe a 10-pound lake trout, but I am so excited to catch a big fish on this swim bait. What a fun thing to do. Hey guys! What a fun thing to do. Look at that thing. I've got to try to get a net. This is only probably a 10-pounder, but I'm so excited. Notice how these lake trout actually just twist on it. It's not that big a fish, but it's a great one for the start today. And there he is. No, he got away. He got away. I can't, now he knows he's hooked. Now he knows he's hooked. He's twisted around the end of my line. I'm having a real tough time getting him undone here so I can reel him in. What a fun fish. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, feeling what I'm feeling. This is such a fun thing to come out and do. I just can't believe the size of these fish. It is just incredible. But what's more is how difficult they are to get in the net. But there he is. Look at that fish. That is spectacular. And look at that swim bait. Caught up in it. Now I'm gonna try to take care of this fish and get him back in the water, of course, but look at that wonderful lake trout. That is truly spectacular. And that fish took it in about probably six feet or so of water. Well, I got the hook out of this one and we're just getting ready to put him back in the water. Weighed him. He's an 18-pound lake trout. We want to make sure he gets back safe in the water. Hard for me to show you this, but he looks to be perfectly good. And look at him go. There he is, headed back down. Oh, what a magnificent fish. Fantastic start to the day, guys. That was on the glide bait and just bring it over the top of some rocks, and there he was. What a fantastic fish. But that's a perfect thing. Yep, you grip it by the jaw. Just pull that towards you. Take your 2 fingers and pull it towards you. That'll open it up.
And then how do you read
and then you just lift it up from by where the cord comes out, and you'll read it right there on the stainless steel. Just reach in and hook it in the mouth.
Just grab him right in the back of in the back jaw. If you'll let me get the net up just a little bit more. There we go.
Can I open his mouth?
Yes, yeah, just you got to get him out so the net's not with him. But you should be able. There he is. Now you can reach in. You can just reach in with the lower jaw. Works better than the upper jaw. There you go. Now it should hold. Just now you pull up with it.
Hold on.
But you need to obviously get it out of the net. But if you now you can pull straight up.
Hold on this.
Yep. Well, just right the handle there. I was just showing you where it is.
Right above the 14. One line above the 14.
14 and a half pounder. Nice job. That's a great job.
All right, Dave, you gonna get a picture with him?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take him out. You're gonna hold him just like a,
just like this.
Yeah, just like that. Okay.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna bring him in the boat. All right. Let's see, Braden. I want to get Don back his thing there. So
Just a second. You just come up here front, and I'll have you. You want to throw it? If you throw it, just throw it over here so it doesn't bounce out of the boat. Just put it right over there.
Find him another one.
Just right over there. That's it. Perfect.
Perfect. All right, Jace, you ready to fish it? Oh, see, I got a good camera out.
Pretty exciting, huh, guys? Thanks for watching donallphin.com and Don Allphin on Fishing today. This has been a short video, but I wanted to have you to see how it is to fish a glide bait. I hope you learned something. That fish I caught was very surprising. I thought it was about a 10-pounder. It turned out to be an 18.5-pounder, measured by the scale. And then the other fish that was caught by the other guys borrowed our scale, and theirs came out at 14.5 pounds. So a couple of nice fish. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and look forward to other videos coming very, very soon. Thanks again for watching.